Hello guys, it's Matt here from Team GHQ, and it is my updated LinkDragon Order profile, which of course we all know is for Shah. And of course Buddy is Rumbling Thunderaxe Agito. It's the new one. Its skill is all... It doesn't matter. The skill is all LinkDragon Order on the board gets Soul Guard and Dragon Share at the start of your attack phase. You may put a card from your drop zone into Soul. That is good because if you've got a full field, you're essentially putting 4 cards from drop zone into their souls, and you're just protecting them from destruction effects and yeah, destruction effects really.
What are you doing?
Next up, we're going to size 0. So 4 copies of Sumisaki. Melee because Dragon Share gives defense plus 3k during your opponent's turn, and you can only call it if you've got a LinkDragon Order already out. So if you've got the item already equipped or you've got monster on the board, call this essentially when it enters, unless your opponent knows the call or anything. But when it enters, you gauge and draw. So it's a great way to increase your hand and gauge with just 1 card. Next up, new card, Swiftclaw Wings. Dragon Share is when this card attacks and destroys opponent's monster, deal 1 damage. And the counter effect, during your opponent's turn, if you have a LinkDragon Order on your field, and put this card from drop zone to the bottom of your deck and pay a gauge. If you do, gain 2 life. So, not too bad if you're near death and you just want to try and survive that quickly. Say a certain max dragon swings for 5 and you're on 4, just use that and you're down to 1. Alright, next up, size 1s. And my buddy, of course, Rumbling Thunderaxe Agito. Of course, I'll run him at 4 because he is buddy after all. And I've already gone over the skill, which is all LinkDragon Order on your field, get Soul Guard. Dragon Share at the start of attack phase, put a card from drop zone into his soul. 5,000 power, 2 critical, 1,000 defense. So not too bad stats for size 1 for a no cost. Next up, 3 copies of Thundercry and Thunderflash Agito. I like this card because he can help you go over max dragons quite easily. Call cost, pay a gauge, put top card deck into soul. If you have 3 or more cards with Dragon Share on the board, everything on your field gains a crit. Double attack Soul Guard and Dragon Share when this card enters, plus 10k for that turn. So yeah. So yep, that's how that card works. So say you call that first, and then you call the other Soul Guard guy, and mainly this one, Thunderaxe Agito. 3 of, pay 2 gauge, top card deck and soul, cast Penetrate as natural, Soul Guard, 6k power, 3k defense, 2 crit. And Dragon Share is when this card attacks for the first time, gets double attack. So great way of giving yourself extra attacks, going from say 12 crit with the ideal formation to 24. And we have got another free set of 3 copies of Keenia Jizen. While it's on the board, Dragon Share stops your cards from being destroyed by card effects, and when he enters, top card deck to gauge. So immediate gauge 1. Next we've got 3 copies of Investigator Mazaru. Pay gauge, when she enters the field, search your deck for a LinkDragon Order item, put it to your hand, shuffle the deck, and if you have no items equipped, you may equip one by paying the equip cost. So it's a way of getting your items equipped, just straight from a call. Next up, 2 copies of Quake Estima. When this card enters the field, this is Dragon Share, you may drop the top card of your deck to the drop zone, and if it's a LinkDragon Order, you gain a life. So essentially, you just mill and gain life. Lastly, for our monsters, Slowly Grey Hume. When it enters the field, if you have another LinkDragon Order on your field, gain 2 life. Dragon Share is this card's power and critical cannot be reduced by your opponent's card effects. So hey dear to Drag Drive, you had something that could reduce crit and power? Now you don't. Oh wait, Astro Dragons, you have stuff that could reduce crit power. No you don't.
What's that? That buddy block, 4th attack without 10 or more? No damage, thank you.
Yep, true. Anyway, on to spells. Play set of LinkDragon Order Hunt. We know what this card does. Pay a gauge, you gain 1 life and draw a card for each monster with Dragon Share. So if you've got 3 monsters on field, you gain 3 life, draw 3. Better Dragon Emperor Legend for a gauge. If you get the right board. Next up, personally my favourite card is LinkDragon Order's Oath. Cast cost, pay 2 gauge. Choose to use one of the following effects. Can only cast this once a turn. Top effect is for this turn, cards with Dragon Share on your field gain plus 10k power plus critical. Or the counter stand all cards with Dragon Share on the field. So usually you probably if you've done enough but you didn't get, if you've done all your attacks but you didn't get over, essentially just pay 2 gauge, restand everything, another wave of attacks that they have to defend. Because fun. And if they still somehow survive that, there's LinkDragon Order's Renewal. Cost, pay a gauge, stand a monster with Dragon Share on your field and call up to 1 size 1 or less. Monster from your drop zone at rest by paying its call cost. Can only cast this once a turn. So restand Thunder Exegito, for example, and then call either G-Zen or Sumisaki or Grey Hume, just for whichever you fancy. 3 copies of LinkDragon Order Links. Cast cost mill. Drop 2 cards from top of deck. Choose one of the effects. Gauge 3 or gain a life or destroy a monster on the field. So yeah, mainly get the extra 3 gauge just for those all important plays. Next up, 2 copies of Undying LinkDragon Order. Basically the null that gives you a life for each card with Dragon Share on the field. So essentially if you got a full board, null, gain 4 life. Next, another new card for the deck. LinkDragon Order's Forceful Fight. Counter, choose a monster on your opponent's field and it gains -1 critical for each card with Dragon Share. So yeah, we have our own minus crit now. This is very good. Lastly, 2 copies of LinkDragon Order Gathering. Pay gauge, effect, choose one of the following 2. Search your deck for the Gito card or put 2 cards from the drop zone with Dragon Share and you add them to hand. So that's spells. Lastly for the items, another new card, 2 copy of Bond's Glove. Quick cost, pay a life. This card can attack if, like all LinkDragon Orders can attack even if you have a monster in center. Damage you take other than by effects are reduced by 1. So for example, if I'm against Godpunks, I have this equipped. Plunder only deals me 1 damage. And then the Dragon Share is essentially GZs, can't be destroyed by card effects. And lastly, we have World Chain, which is pay gauge and life. The Dragon Share is this card gains penetrate and can't be arrested by opponent's card effects. So that is my LinkDragon Order deck profile. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed. Check our Facebook page, the Team JHQ page, or Twitter at Team JHQ YouTube. And as always, guys, happy gaming.